real voice, and editing them differently, it'll make more sense and be easier for me to edit. Plus, I'm also producing extra relaxing content, just for those of you who are into ASMR. So shout out to all my trans people, my trans ASMR artists, my trans feminine, non-binary ASMR artists. By the way, I feel like I should explain my gender identity. Not explain it, but I'll name it. I identify as agender, or an agender trans woman spelled with a Y. My pronouns are they, them, and theirs. If you want to talk about me in the comments or tag me or whatever, just to let you know, please do not misgender me. Please use my correct pronouns. They, them, theirs. It's super easy. So that's a kind of good segue into what I wanted to talk about today, which was like 21 ideas, just kind of things that I learned while I was on hiatus, I guess, not on purpose, but just kind of ways of being mindful that have made transitioning easier, because transness to me is a journey, not a destination. I know that sounds really corny, but it's definitely more about finding what you're uncomfortable with and changing it as you go along, as opposed to thinking of like an end result. You know, we don't all follow the Caitlyn Jenner model of transitioning. In fact, very few trans women follow that model, whether because they don't have access to it or because they're not interested in it. Before I talk about other transitioning stuff, let's get into the video and the sounds and tingles, and I'll tag stuff down there. I know you can already hear some stuff. What does it sound like? It sounds like the first thing that I've been doing is drinking tea. Those of you who are cis might not understand this, but transitioning is not just about surgery and hormones and makeup and voice therapy or whatever. It's also about making lifestyle changes to better yourself as a person. And one of the things, not that I'm a better person for drinking tea, but I found something that relaxes me, a beverage that's healthy, can be served either hot or cold, so it can be either refreshing in the summer or keep you warm in the winter. I like my tea sweet with raw honey, which I'll put the link for in below. But these are some of my favorite teas that I've been collecting. These are actually the teas that I just grabbed out of my purse, because whenever I drink tea at someone's house, and I like it, I'll ask if I can take a packet and keep it in my purse for emergency. Tea emergency. That sounds good. The teas I have here are Twinings Natural Green, pure and natural green tea. Yeah, tea. I don't want to rip them open because I don't want to waste the tea bag, but maybe I'll make a tea making video at some point. We've got Twinings Darjeeling, which is really simple stuff so far. But these two are especially good with raw honey and some lime juice or lemon. Stash lemon ginger herbal tea. Do you guys like my nails? I just got my nails done yesterday. I only asked for one coat. I have a little accent nail right there. I'm just thinking about how good these taste. I actually just finished some tea right here. sucks to have a day that's like an off day. I mean, it sucks for everyone for different reasons. But for us, it can be a safety issue. It can mean the end of a career. And that's really scary. So, remember to take your medication. It's not a bad thing. You can be holistic and also trust your psychiatrist if you do trust your psychiatrist. Which isn't to say that psychiatry and psychology aren't exceedingly ableist and racist and transmisogynist as well. But if you do take meds, take your meds. If you haven't taken your meds today, and you should, take them today. Take them with some tea. I'm so relaxed, you guys. Okay. The third thing is just like a piece of advice, which is to wake up to a slow but upbeat song. The two ones that I've woken up to are, this is ridiculous, Hood Gonna Love It by Kendrick Lamar and somebody else, and Pharaohs by Subtract. And I'll put the links to both of those. I guess they're relaxing, but I'm not going to play them here. I'll put the links to both of those in the bar below. But yeah, it's just nice to have something. You'll see what I mean. It fades you in, and by the time you're awake, you're already kind of jamming to the song. So if you have a song like that, definitely use it as your alarm clock. I feel like a major part of being trans is anxiety about waking up in the morning, because the prospect of living another day can be really scary. And so having something upbeat to wake up to can be really helpful in starting your day off right, as can taking your meds and drinking some tea, so it all ties in. The fourth thing that I'm talking about, the fourth thing I have on my list is to sit on the floor, which is kind of just my manifestation of an idea of like, you don't need to be as dignified. I feel like there's a lot of pressure to be super dignified and super, in your, with your knees locked and your chest forward, because that's our armor. Our body is our armor, and so definitely think about places where you might be able to let that guard down, even if it's just at home with nobody else around. Sit on the floor, and also like, this is a little silly and intellectual, but I'm sorry, it's blizzarding outside, so I'm watching the cars outside go by. Actually, I'll put another thing in the down bar and you can read it. I'm not gonna whisper it to you, that would take forever. So let's move on. The fifth thing is to try to be clear. And for me, that means slowing down when I speak, looking somebody in the eyes, and trying to speak up. And I find something just about dropping in with that person helps me explain myself so much better and explain what I feel so much better, which is an important part of being trans, is talking about how you feel and what you think, and making sure that you're taking up space and making sure that people are listening to you and that what you have to say is being said, which is what I'm trying to do right now with you guys, so thank you for bearing with me. But yeah, try to be clear. I feel as if being what's making me really uncomfortable in this moment. And try to be honest and straightforward with yourself. I know that's easier said than done, but it's something that I've worked on in the last couple months, and something that's been providing me with a lot of happiness, so I wanted to share it with you guys. The next thing is to take opportunities to make crafts and or art. I don't really like the word crafts a lot of the time because it seems like it delegitimizes a lot of art forms, I guess. Like basket weaving or pottery, you'd think of as crafts, but like it's art, like if you're making it. So, or it's art if you want it to be art. So, yeah, whenever there is an opportunity to use crayons and color or sit and like build a pile of leaves on the ground. I know this all sounds really hippy-dippy, and that's okay. That's part of the thing, is being a little more loose with yourself. That's phrased strangely. You can be promiscuous if you want to. I just mean letting go a little bit, relaxing a little bit, allowing yourself to sink in past Trans 101 and really live your life as who you are. Yeah, so I just think making crafts and art, whenever you have the opportunity to, can really just be another way to let loose just a little bit, you know, express yourself just a little bit in the moment, so it doesn't get pent up, I guess. The next thing I have a sound for, which is use a towel on your pillow before you sleep. A lot of you have probably heard this advice before, especially those of you that have acne, like I do. I have really bad acne, but as you can tell, my skin looks clearer than it has for a very long time, and that's partially because of the changes that I'm making to my health and to my routines, and a towel on my pillow is a organic extra virgin coconut oil. This is the product of the century. You can use it on your face, on your body, on your hands, on your nails, in your hair. You can use it to massage yourself or massage someone else. It smells so good. This makes me feel so much better walking alone, in college especially. Walking can be really scary, so having this in your purse or in your pocket, it also fits onto your keys, I don't know, it just makes me feel a lot better. It soothes my anxiety, I guess. Not completely, but I hold on to it, and I feel better. I'll put the link, of course, to this Mace. I've never had to use it, thank God. But I do test it every 3 months, so you should test your Mace every couple months. And there's a specific way to test your Mace, so you don't accidentally mace yourself. So make sure not to mace yourself. Blow the mace downward, out of it, or discharge. But I like this brand. I've had a couple of maces, but this one's just plain and simple and small. Kind of pretty in a way. It's like, just, I don't know. Thing on the item list thing is to carry a notebook or agenda, which is actually what I have this written down in right now. This is my agenda. It's the Day Designer from Target. I got it at the beginning of the semester. It's small and pretty, like me. I like the blue with the gold embossed writing. I realize that a lot of these things are purchases. A lot of these things cost money, and I'm just telling you different ways to spend your money, and that not everyone has access to that. I'm going to do my best to find better resources for you, and also put those in the description, because I have a lot of privileges, and I'm grateful for them. They make my life easier, and I do want to share things that are possible with people, but also I don't want to ignore the folks who might not be able to just go out and buy all of these things, you know what I'm saying? But if you're in a place where you can spend money on Trans 102, I suppose, or Trans 201, that's what this list is for. So just to clarify, I'm trying to be clear. This is my agenda. It's small enough to fit in my purse or in a backpack. It's also pretty nice on the inside. It has a calendar. And on each day, it has like the day and then a to-do list, so you can put down things that you have on time and things that you like just want to get done whenever during the day. And it also has some weekly goals at the top. I love this agenda. I don't pressure myself to use it every day, but I try to, because the more I have written down, the less I'm gonna forget. There's a lot to remember when you're trans, and there's a lot to think about. Sometimes it's just reminding you to moisturize or take your medications. Sometimes it's your class times when you're so stressed out you can't remember when your classes are. Classes that you have every day. And in the back it has a section for notes, which is where I have what I'm reading off of right now. We're so close to being finished, you guys. But I love this agenda. This is my baby. The next one is to carry safety pins. This is my pack of safety pins. But seriously, it just makes me feel better to like not always be dealing with a living thing that's gonna judge me or misunderstand me. I feel more relaxed around animals now that I'm more relaxed in general. So animals like me more, and I like animals more. So yeah, it's kind of the same thing as the art thing. It's just a nice little way to let go. The next thing on my list is to be naked in blankets, especially if you have like a really soft blanket that's like your favorite blanket, or a really good comforter, or even just like a hoodie or a sheet. But basically the idea is to not wear underwear, ideally, and not wear clothes at all. We spend a lot of time confining our bodies, or some of us spend a lot of time confining our bodies with tucking and bras and putting our hair up and like constricting clothes and heels and makeup and jewelry, and it's so good to just be naked. But if you have dysphoria, that can make you really anxious. So what I like to do is to wrap myself in blankets and be naked and just lay around in the blanket. Yeah, I guess I'm not really gonna apologize for like if that's too much information, because we all have bodies. So I'm gonna cut this short and skip a couple because I'm running out of battery. But the last one, really quick, is to massage yourself. Give yourself massages. Learn how to do face massages and shoulder massages off of YouTube, and just feel free in public to touching your body is good. I feel like it gets you more in tune with what feels uncomfortable or what gives you pleasure, but also a way to knowing that you can relax yourself and that you have the ability to just live within your trans body is good, I think, and useful. And it's not a place that everyone's at, and I respect that. But I think that some of these things, or I hope that some of these things can be helpful to someone.